Hi, everyone. I'm Kelly Pozda. I like to start my intros out with a couple of fun facts because, heck, you can go on LinkedIn or Google search me and you'll find out all the work stuff. But number one, I once spent an entire day hanging out with 50 Cent. I won free burritos for an entire year. And one I hold close to my heart, my family has made homemade sauerkraut for generations. Yes, 400 pounds of cabbage in our garage every fall. So now that we've broken the ice talking about cabbage and burritos, let's talk about branding. I've been connected to branding and tech since I was a kid. I used to take markers to my lunchbox so everyone knew which one was mine. Personal branding, cafeteria edition. And my love for tech, that started early too. I wasn't old enough for a phone, so what did I do? I went to garage sales on Saturdays and collected spell checkers, calculators, really anything with a screen and buttons. I even begged my mom to enroll me in a camp invention, and I built myself a 6-foot robot. It was taller than me, and I was so proud. That spark to build, brand, and create something never really left. And working with Axomo brought it all back. Because I partner with Axomo from two angles. One through my corporate job at Blackwood, and the other through a passion project they saw, believed, and helped bring to life. We'll get to that shortly. Blackwood is a third-generation family-owned company. We focus on helping customers navigate the complex world of cybersecurity. As we know, it's very complex. We are coming up on 50 years here soon, and we were founded in 1977. There's another small company you may have heard of called Microsoft. Microsoft, they just celebrated 50 years a couple months ago. Microsoft started in a garage. Blackwood, we started in a building that looks like a dentist's office. So, as Ryan stated earlier, we were that tech company. Here's what life looked like before Axomo. In our office, we had bins, literal cloth bins of leftover giveaways. Employees would fill out a survey form of what branded items they wanted. And our HR team would go into the office, pick out whatever giveaways looked halfway decent and wherever tablecloth looked least wrinkled. And they would drive it to FedEx and repeat for every single event, every single order. Our office became a graveyard for branded junk. Shirts we didn't request, logos we didn't own, and giveaways no one really wanted. I'm sure I can relate to a lot of you. So when I stepped into marketing, I was also starting our marketing division. And the way we did our branding, I knew needed to change immediately. How many of you already have your interns list this summer to go through the stuff in the office? Like that was us. Enter Axomo. In under just 1 year, here's what's changed for Blackwood. We rolled out over 500 unique branded items where employees can go onto our store and choose the color, the size, the style they want, items that fit their lifestyle. We fulfilled over 78 national events, 150 orders, completely off our plate, tracked, and on brand. We welcomed 21 new hires, 5 newborns, and 3 furry coworkers. And in fact, I didn't do a big team. I'm a marketing team, party of one. I did it with Axomo. Axomo made it possible to deliver at scale without sacrificing brand integrity or employee experience. Because when branding is done right, it doesn't just say, look at us. It tells your people, you're not just a part of this, you are this. So let me ask you something. When's the last time you truly felt seen at work? Think about that. Not just thanked, not just tagged in a Slack thread, but really, undeniably seen for the way you show up when no one's watching. Because that moment, the moment where your effort is reflected back at you, that's not just recognition. That's culture you can feel. And that brings me to my second lens, my passion project. In 2022, I launched Humans of Tech. Think Humans of New York, but for the tech world. Started with 2 sales reps, me, brand new to tech, trying to create my brand, and my co-host, Caroline. She was about a decade in, but just kind of wanted a rebrand for herself. We were trying to show that we are more than just sales reps with quotas. So what did? We became each other's LinkedIn cheerleaders. But we also had this one idea. We'll start a short form video series on LinkedIn where we bring in humans in tech. We want to find out who the people are behind the computer screens. We had 3 simple questions. We randomly pick a question live on air out of a fishbowl. We don't edit or re-record because we didn't have time. And we just asked their guests answer authentically. And in fact, we weren't talking about AI, government mandates, or firewalls. We were talking about burnout, boundaries, and the human side of tech. Asking executives questions like, what's your morning routine? The questions they don't ever get asked. To, how do you disconnect from work and recharge? Well, this passion project became real when I was approached to be on Axomo's Outfitting Unity podcast. They didn't just create our first logo. Thank you, Manny. They surprised me live on air with 3 boxes of custom gear, a hoodie, hats, a water bottle, even a cooler. It felt like Christmas morning in April, but I didn't have to save the wrapping paper. But here's the thing. It wasn't about the hoodie. It was the moment I had realized someone had seen our effort and decided it was worth celebrating. And then that frisbee asked one simple question. How do you feel? I surprised myself. I got emotional because that's when I realized this little side project, it was real. It had a life. Now it had a brand. Because before it just lived in my headphones, re-listening to episodes and calendar notifications before a guest would come on. But now it lived in my routine, in my 6 a.m. spin class, on beach days with friends, on walks with my dog daily. That moment of acknowledgement left me speechless. And that's the power we all hold when we lead a brand with intention. Anyone can order 250 water bottles. When someone chooses something that says, I see you, I value you, you belong here, that's what turns a company into a community. So when we say you didn't get a gift, you got acknowledged, what we're really saying is you're not just a part of payroll. You're a part of our purpose. That moment unboxing custom gear and realizing Humans of Tech was bigger than us wasn't about merchandise. It was about mission. Because Humans of Tech never was just a podcast. It was a reminder that behind every title is a human, behind every technology is a story, and behind every logo is someone wondering, does what I do actually matter? This talk, this moment is proof that it does. Because what this team is building at Axomo and what you all are building at your global organizations and what we've built at Blackwood proves one thing. The small moments were never small. A kind word, a thoughtful gift, a logo on a sweatshirt. We brand so others remember. But when we do it right, they don't just remember the brand. They remember who they are. And maybe for me, that started with a lunchbox and marker. Claiming something is mine, making it feel personal. That's what branding can do. Not just logos, but belonging, belief, and identity. And our job as marketers, as leaders, as humans, is to create that spark for someone else.